Are you secretly hoping your net worth will magically spike because you found a $20 bill in your jeans? Or wondering if you're crushing it financially? Or just really good at pretending on Instagram? Today, we're diving into the average and median net worth by age, and what it really takes to be in the top 10% in the US. Spoiler alert, owning 3 air fryers doesn't count as assets. If you've ever asked, "Am I rich yet?" stick around. This is the reality check you never knew you needed. Before we start throwing around numbers like financial confetti, let's get crystal clear on what net worth actually means. It's not some fancy Wall Street jargon, it's just your assets minus your liabilities. Or in human terms, what you own minus what you owe. Assets include things like your house, your car, even if it smells like fast food, your investment accounts, that dusty savings account, your crypto wallet with $28 in Dogecoin, and yes, your Pokemon card collection that suspiciously outranks your retirement fund. Now take away your debts, student loans that haunt your dreams, credit card balances from last year's treat yourself spree, your mortgage, and any buy now, pay later regrets. The number you're left with? That's your net worth. If it's positive, awesome, you're building wealth. If it's negative, don't panic, you're not alone. Most people start in the red thanks to school, cars, or just, life. The goal is progress, not perfection. Think of net worth like a financial report card, but instead of grades, it tells you how far you've come and what direction you're heading. Now that we've got that down, let's dig into how the rest of America stacks up. Ready for the numbers? Let's go. Subscribe now for honest money talk, laughs, and tips to boost your financial game. Let's clear up one of the most common sources of financial confusion: the difference between average and median net worth. This isn't just math class nostalgia. It actually matters a lot when you're trying to figure out how you stack up financially. Imagine you're in a room with 9 of your friends, and everyone makes around $50,000 a year. Then, Jeff Bezos walks in. Suddenly, the average income in that room shoots up to tens of millions of dollars. But does that mean you are suddenly rich? Of course not, unless Jeff offers to cover brunch. That's the danger of relying solely on averages. The average net worth is calculated by adding everyone's net worth together and dividing by the number of people. But because it's so easily skewed by the ultra-wealthy, it doesn't really reflect how the majority of people are doing. Enter the median, our unsung statistical hero. The median is the middle point. Half the people have more, half have less. It's like the Goldilocks of numbers. Not too high, not too low, just right for understanding reality. So when someone says the average net worth of Americans is over $700,000, don't panic or celebrate too soon. The median tells a very different story, often showing that half the country has significantly less than what the average suggests. That's why financial planners, economists, and anyone not named Elon Musk pay closer attention to the median. It gives a truer, more grounded picture of where most people actually stand. In short, average is flashy, the median is honest, and when it comes to money, honesty is way more useful. Now that we've broken down the difference between average and median, let's look at the actual numbers. And brace yourself, because it's like checking your bank balance the morning after a big night out. According to the 2022 Federal Reserve Survey of Consumer Finances, here's how Americans stack up in terms of net worth by age. And yes, it's a wild ride. For those under 35, the median net worth is $39,000, but the average shoots up to $183,500. Sounds impressive, but that average is heavily skewed by outliers. Think tech founders or early crypto adopters. For most people, it's a mix of entry-level salaries, student debt, and figuring out how to split rent 4 ways. Things start to pick up for ages 35 to 44. The median is $135,600, while the average jumps to $549,600. This is the adulting gets real phase. Mortgages, family expenses, and realizing your 401k might need more than leftovers from your paycheck. By 45 to 54, we hit the midlife money moment. The median reaches $247,200, and the average leaps to $975,800. This is where the financial gap really starts to show. Some are planning exotic vacations, others are just hoping their kids' braces in college don't bankrupt them. In the 55 to 64 age group, the median net worth climbs to $364,500, while the average enters full millionaire mode at $1.57 million. You're either confidently on track for retirement or frantically Googling passive income ideas at 60. At ages 65 to 74, the median rises to $409,900, and the average tops out at $1.79 million. Ideally, your portfolio is working harder than you are. If not, you're eyeing Social Security and praying your savings outlast your Netflix subscription. Finally, for those 75 and older, the median drops a bit to $335,600, while the average still holds strong at $1.62 million. If you're still watching this, congrats. You've survived recessions, pandemics, and probably a dozen different retirement plans. The gap between median and average widens dramatically with age. That's not just statistics, it's real-life wealth inequality. A small group accumulates massive wealth, while many others fall behind. Understanding that difference isn't just financial literacy, it's financial reality. Drop a comment. Are you ahead, behind, or just here for the financial therapy? Let's talk money without the sugarcoat. Let's talk about climbing the financial Everest, getting into the top 10% of net worth in the US. Spoiler alert, it's not for the faint of wallet. Here's the truth bomb. To land yourself in the top 10% across all age groups, you'll need a net worth of around $1.8 million. Yep, that's 7 digits, and a comma of cold, hard wealth. Not monopoly money. Not, I once had stock in GameStop wealth. We're talking real, diversified, I might need a wealth manager type of money. Now, if you're feeling bold and wondering about the top 1%, brace yourself. You're looking at $10 million or more. At that level, you're not just living in a nice neighborhood. You're basically funding the development of it. It's not new countertops rich, it's let's build a wine cellar just because rich. But let's keep it age appropriate because the threshold to enter the elite club varies as you get older. By age 35, you'll need about $600,000 plus to hit top 10% status. By age 45, that jumps to around $1 million. By age 55, you're aiming for $1.5 to $2 million. And by age 65 and beyond, plan to have well over $2 million socked away. Sound intense? It is, but it's also context. These numbers reflect the top of the top, and they shouldn't discourage you. If you're 27 with $7 in your checking account and an unhealthy emotional attachment to your Starbucks app, take a deep breath. You're not failing. You're just not in the top 10% yet. Like 90% of the population, you're still building. The point isn't to panic, it's to understand the benchmarks. Knowing what the top 10% looks like gives you perspective. It helps you set goals, not shame. Because even if you never hit $1.8 million, learning how to grow your net worth steadily and wisely will still change your life. And that, my friend, is a financial flex worth aiming for. All right, so now you know what the top 10% looks like. But how do people actually get there? Is it luck, winning the lottery, marrying rich, selling feet pics on the internet? While I can't rule anything out, statistically speaking, it's a lot less sexy and a lot more consistent. Let's break down the not-so-secret formula. It's not magic, it's method. First up, high-income overtime. Yep, earning more money helps. Groundbreaking, right? But here's the real twist. It's not just what you make, it's what you keep. You could make $200,000 a year and still be broke if you're spending $210,000. The real winners are the folks who learn to save and invest a good chunk of their income consistently, year after year. Second, investing early and often. If compound interest were a person, it'd be your rich uncle. The earlier you start, the more time your money has to grow. It's not about timing the market, it's about time in the market. Stocks, index funds, retirement accounts, all boring sounding, but incredibly powerful. Third, owning appreciating assets. This means real estate, stocks, businesses, not a garage full of Funko Pops and Yeezys. The rich don't just work for money, they make money work for them by owning things that go up in value. So no, there's no secret sauce, just habits, discipline, and the long game. Turns out, the rich are less chosen ones and more consistent doers. So there you have it, net worth by age, the difference between average and median, what it takes to join the top 10%, and how people actually get there without winning a game show or selling weird stuff online. The big takeaway? Building wealth isn't about sudden windfalls or secret shortcuts. It's about playing the long game with consistent, smart moves. Whether you're in your 20s with student loans or in your 50s wondering if it's too late, the answer is the same. It's never too early or too late to take control of your money. Don't compare your Chapter 3 to someone else's Chapter 20. Just focus on your own financial journey. Stack those assets, ditch the bad debt, and keep learning. Because knowledge is compound interest for your brain. If this video helped give you some clarity, or at least a few laughs, drop a like, share it with your financially curious friends, and subscribe for more truth bombs, money tips, and reality checks, with a side of sarcasm. And remember, you're not behind, you're just getting started. Now go check your net worth, or maybe finish that coffee first. Catch you in the next one.